Two identical twin girls sit in a classroom. The teacher asks them a question. They don't respond. They don't even look up. They stare at their desks in perfect synchronization. When they're alone, they talk constantly, but only to each other, in a language nobody else can understand. This silence would last for 14 years, and it would destroy their lives. This is the story of June and Jennifer Gibbons, the silent twins, two girls who created their own world, a world with only two people in it, a world that became a prison they could never escape, until one of them decided to die. June and Jennifer were born on April 11th, 1963 in Barbados. They were identical twins, perfectly matched, mirror images of each other. When they were babies, everything seemed normal. They babbled, they made sounds, they interacted with their parents. But when the family moved to Wales in 1967, something changed. Something broke. The twins stopped talking to everyone except each other. At first, their parents weren't worried. Many twins develop their own language. It's called cryptophagia, twin speech. It usually fades as children grow older. They start talking to other people. They join the social world. But June and Jennifer never did. They withdrew deeper. They built walls around themselves. Walls made of silence. The twins attended school in Wales. They were the only black children in their community. They faced racism. They faced bullying. They faced isolation. Maybe that's why they stopped talking. Maybe they decided the outside world was too hostile, too painful, too dangerous. So they retreated into each other, into their private universe. A universe of two. Their silence wasn't complete. When they were alone together, they spoke constantly. But their speech was strange. It was fast. It was rhythmic. It had its own cadence. Linguists who studied recordings couldn't fully decipher it. It was English, but heavily modified, words blurred together, syllables shortened, entire phrases compressed into single sounds. It was a language designed for two people who shared one mind. June and Jennifer moved in perfect unison. If one stood up, the other stood. If one walked, the other followed at exactly the same pace. If one picked up a cup, the other mirrored the motion. They were synchronized at a level that seemed impossible. Like one consciousness controlling two bodies. Observers described it as eerie, uncanny, disturbing. But their synchronization wasn't cooperation. It was competition. The twins didn't just love each other. They also hated each other. Their diaries revealed a dark truth. Each twin felt trapped by the other. Each twin wanted independence, but neither could function alone. They were locked together, dependent, resentful, violent. Yes, violent. The twins fought constantly when alone. Physical fights. They would attack each other, scratching, hitting, choking. Jennifer tried to drown June in a river. June tried to strangle Jennifer with a cord. These weren't childish squabbles. These were murder attempts. Each twin wanted to kill the other, to break free, to exist independently. But they couldn't follow through, because they needed each other to survive. Their parents tried everything. They consulted doctors, psychologists, speech therapists, language specialists. Nobody could help. The twins refused to cooperate. They refused to speak. They sat in silence during every appointment, staring at nothing, waiting for the session to end. Then they would go home and talk to each other for hours, in their secret language, about their secret plans. The twins were sent to separate schools. The theory was simple. If you separate them, they'll be forced to talk to others. They'll have to integrate. They'll have to join society. The theory was wrong. June and Jennifer stopped functioning completely. They became catatonic. They wouldn't eat. They wouldn't move. They wouldn't respond to any stimulus. They were shells, empty bodies. The schools had to reunite them. Within weeks, they were together again, talking, moving, alive. Doctors diagnosed them with selective mutism, a psychological condition. People with selective mutism can speak. Their vocal cords work. Their brains process language normally, but they choose not to speak, usually due to severe anxiety, usually triggered by trauma. June and Jennifer had the most extreme case ever documented. They selected only one person each other. But the twins weren't just silent. They were creative, highly creative. They wrote stories, Hundreds of stories, novels, plays, poetry. They filled dozens of notebooks with intricate plots, complex characters, vivid descriptions. Their writing was sophisticated, adult level. Published authors praised their work, but the twins never spoke about their writing, never discussed it with anyone except each other. Their talent remained trapped, like everything else about them. As teenagers, the twins became fascinated with American culture. Crime, sex, drugs, freedom. They wanted to experience life, but they couldn't, because they couldn't communicate with anyone. So they made a pact. They would commit crimes. Together, they would force the world to notice them, to acknowledge their existence, even if that acknowledgement came through punishment. In 1981, the twins went on a crime spree. They committed arson. They set fire to multiple buildings. They vandalized property. They stole. They acted recklessly, dangerously. When police arrested them, they didn't resist. They didn't speak. They didn't explain. They just stared, in perfect synchronization. Like always, the court system didn't know what to do with them. They couldn't stand trial normally. They wouldn't speak to lawyers. They wouldn't speak to judges. They wouldn't speak to anyone. Psychological evaluations were impossible. How do you evaluate someone who won't communicate? The courts made a decision, a terrible decision. June and Jennifer Gibbons were sent to Broadmoor Hospital, a high-security psychiatric facility for criminally insane patients. At age 19, Broadmoor was hell. It housed violent psychopaths, murderers, serial killers, dangerous people. The twins weren't dangerous, not to others, only to each other, but they were classified as criminally insane because they wouldn't speak, because doctors couldn't understand them, because the system failed them. They would spend the next 11 years in Broadmoor. 11 years surrounded by Britain's most dangerous psychiatric patients. The hospital heavily medicated them. Antipsychotics, sedatives, drugs designed to control violent behavior. The twins weren't violent toward staff. They were compliant, quiet, obedient, but the doctors didn't know what else to do. So they medicated them. The drugs made the twins slow, sluggish. Their synchronized movements became labored. Their secret conversations became less frequent. They were being chemically erased. During their time at Broadmoor, the twins made another pact, a darker pact. They decided one of them had to die. They believed their connection was the problem. As long as both existed, neither could be free. One twin had to sacrifice herself, so the other could live, could speak, could join the world. They discussed it extensively, in their private language, and they reached an agreement. Jennifer volunteered. She would die. She would let June live. She would free her sister. June accepted. They both understood. One death would save one life. It was the only solution, the only way to break the bond, the only escape from their prison of two. Journalist Marjorie Wallace interviewed the twins extensively during these years. She wrote a book about them, The Silent Twins. She was one of the few people they communicated with, through writing, through notes, never through speech, but through writing. They revealed everything, their pain, their hatred, their love, their plan. In March 1993, the twins were finally released from Broadmoor. They were being transferred to a less restrictive facility, a clinic in Wales, closer to home, a step toward freedom. They traveled together in the back of a transport van. June was excited. Jennifer was quiet, quieter than usual. When they arrived, Jennifer was unconscious. June was screaming, actually screaming, speaking aloud, for the first time in 14 years. Jennifer was rushed to the hospital. Doctors found no obvious cause, no injury, no poison, no drugs beyond her prescribed medication. Her heart had simply stopped, an acute myocarditis, inflammation of the heart muscle. She died that afternoon. March 9th, 1993. Jennifer Gibbons was 30 years old, and June was finally alone. At Jennifer's funeral, June spoke publicly for the first time. Her voice was quiet, uncertain, but it was there. She spoke to her family. She spoke to journalists. She said Jennifer had sacrificed herself, had given her life so June could be free. Medical examiners found nothing suspicious, no evidence of suicide, no evidence of foul play. Jennifer's heart had simply failed, spontaneously, mysteriously. exactly when she said it would. Some scientists believe Jennifer willed herself to die, that psychological determination can stop a heart, that the mind can shut down the body. Others say it was coincidence, a tragic medical event that happened to align with Jennifer's prediction. Nobody knows for certain. The autopsy revealed inflammation, but not why the inflammation occurred, not why it killed her, not why it happened at that exact moment. After Jennifer's death, June transformed. She began speaking to everyone. Full sentences, normal conversations. Her selective mutism vanished completely. She attended therapy. She worked with psychologists. She reintegrated into society. Slowly, carefully, but successfully. She maintained that Jennifer's death had freed her, that they had both known it was necessary, that it was Jennifer's gift. June lives quietly today. She rarely gives interviews. She avoids publicity. She processes her trauma privately. Psychologists who studied her case note something remarkable. She shows no signs of the disorders that defined her childhood. The selective mutism is gone. The catatonia is gone. The synchronization is gone. She's a functioning individual, living independently, speaking normally, as if Jennifer's death broke a spell. Medical professionals still debate the twins' condition. Was it selective mutism? Was it shared psychotic disorder? Was it folie à deux? Two people sharing one delusion? Or was it something else entirely? Something unnamed? Something that only happens when two identical twins are traumatized simultaneously? When they're bonded so completely that they become one person in two bodies? The linguistic aspect remains mysterious. Nobody fully decoded their language. Recordings exist. Researchers analyze them. But the twins modified English so extensively that complete translation proved impossible. They created something new, something that existed only between them. When Jennifer died, the language died with her. June remembers it, but she won't speak it. She says it belongs to the past, to a life she's left behind. The twins' diaries and writings were preserved. They're studied in psychology departments, in linguistics programs, in creative writing courses. The work is brilliant, dark, sophisticated. It reveals two highly intelligent minds that understood human nature deeply, that could create complex narratives, that could express profound emotions, but minds that couldn't function in the normal world, couldn't communicate with anyone except each other. June and Jennifer's story raises uncomfortable questions. How much of identity is individual? How much is shared? Can two people become so connected that they lose themselves? Can love and hate exist simultaneously at that intensity? Can psychological bonds literally affect physical health? Can one person die simply because they decide to? Medical science doesn't have complete answers. Only theories, only speculation. The silent twins weren't mentally ill in the traditional sense. They weren't delusional. They weren't hallucinating. They understood reality perfectly. They chose to withdraw from it. They built their own reality, a reality for two, and they maintained it for decades. Through childhood, through adolescence, through young adulthood, through hospitalization, through medication, through separation attempts. Nothing broke their bond, except death. Some view June and Jennifer as victims. Victims of racism, victims of bullying, victims of a society that didn't accommodate their differences. Others view them as case studies, examples of extreme psychological conditions, examples of twin bonds taken to pathological extremes. June views herself as a survivor, a woman who escaped, who was given a second chance, who was freed by her sister's ultimate sacrifice. The question that haunts everyone who studies this case is simple. Did Jennifer die naturally, or did she will it? Medical science says hearts don't stop because people decide. But Jennifer predicted her death. She told June it would happen. She told Marjorie Wallace it would happen. And it happened, exactly as she described. On the exact day they were released. At the exact moment that would free June. Coincidence seems unlikely, but proof is impossible. June and Jennifer Gibbons, the silent twins. Two girls who created a universe for two, who spoke a language only they understood, who moved as one person, who loved and hated with equal intensity, who committed crimes to feel alive, who spent years in psychiatric hospitals, who made a pact, who kept it. One died, one lived, and the silence finally ended. But the mystery remains, forever trapped in the space between two minds, in a language only two people ever spoke, in a bond that only death could break.